the switch from box to field precedes this, right?
Right.
I believe there's no coincidences, I guess, but was this in motion a little bit, or did anything change even for you as far as what you did on the day during the game?
During the game, when I went to the field, I just tried to bring energy to the field and and help Joe, making adjustments and things like that. But now it's kind of, again, it's, unexpected, kind of change of events. So now it's just a matter of I'll probably stay on the field just so that it's not another, because the kids have been used to seeing me signal. So I'll probably stay on the field just so I can continue to bring bring energy to the kids and hopefully a stability and even a confidence in look, hey, we're in control of this situation. Just keep playing hard and play the next play.
One of the things you'll do is going to be corners coaching here, and that's a key position, obviously. What, not who necessarily, but what do you look for? Well, is there a certain thing you want him to be versed in?
Yeah. There's no doubt. I mean, one, you got to be willing to learn, this system. It doesn't really matter, what you knew from the past. You want to get people that, are familiar with what you're looking for, and. Because some people get kind of set in their ways, and you got to be willing to change and grow as a coach. So we look for people who are, think outside the box. Obviously, you got to have somebody that can recruit, and you want someone that has the ability to go out and bring in, players that are going to help us win. But from that specific position, again, you got to have someone that has a lot of confidence. Guys got to have. They got to be very confident in the way they teach, because that position, is the one position on the field. When you make a mistake, everyone sees it, So you got to have someone that breeds confidence into their players, and it creates a discipline, and yet is a fundamental sound football coach.
When you say got to willing to learn the system, right? What is the system? Is it man?
Well, it's multiple. I mean, you're going to see multiple, techniques and coverages and things of that. So again, I think that it has to be someone that is willing to do that. Like I said, some people they consider themselves beyond the point of really trying to learn something new. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that you can't just sit anymore and just play coverages and let the quarterbacks know that you're in too deep or single high safety concepts and let them draw a beat on you, and they're just too well versed in reading coverages, and you got to mix it up and disguise things.
So the days of being the guy who's just, I'm going to put my corners in man and let them play, those are over?
Well, it's hard to do that, one, just because...
Even zone, right? It's hard to do that.
That's right. I mean, you see, whether whether it be man or whether it be zone all the time, I mean, you let offenses get into a rhythm, and once they start, they have man beaters, they got zone beaters. Well, the thing that you want to do is all of a sudden, the whole premise of our defense is who's the fourth rush? Is the fourth rush coming from the field? Is he coming from inside? Is he coming from the boundary? So you have to be able to disguise that. And then not only just disguise who's the fourth rush, but, give them one look from a coverage standpoint, and all of a sudden it's not what they thought.
You okay?
Yep. Doing good, man.
Good. Sounds like your voice is going.
That's all right. It's just been...
Do you start putting your philosophy in right away, or do you wait till spring? Or you just carry on what you're doing?
Well,
for this game.
Well, you can't wholesale change at this point. So what you got to do is you got to try to build things as close to what we've been executing this season with. But again, we're from a standpoint of my style of coaching. It's like I said, Joe's experiences have been different than my experiences. Doesn't make my experiences better than his or his better than mine. It just, we're different. We have different styles, and so naturally it's going to be different just because of the different style of leadership.
What about bringing kids in? Will you change that a little bit, or will you continue to recruit the kind of kids you're getting right now?
It was the same philosophy. I mean, we were all on the same page as far as that goes, and we definitely got to have. We look for specific things at each position, and that's not going to change.
When I hear willing to change, willing to grow, to me that says young coach versus even a really experienced Not that all old people are
That's
closed-minded.
right. Well, you got to be open to change and a new way of doing things, because I think that's the key component of any staff, especially a defensive staff, when you're trying to function. Because where offense is different, it's all about execution. Well, defense is all about disrupting execution. So every single week you rebuild a new offense, and then you have to get 11 moving parts to function as one against 7 or 8 different run plays, 12 or 13 different formations, motions, adjustments, and shifts, and situational defense. Where's the ball at on the field? So you have to be able to have someone who's willing to think outside the box, per se. Doesn't mean they necessarily have to be young. Doesn't necessarily mean they just can't be so set in their ways that, hey, this is the only way, I believe in doing it. You got to find someone who wants to come in and say, look, I fit into this system. I'm willing to look and learn this system, and then realize, hey, this is my role. And then now, what is my responsibility on this staff?
Is this a decision that Dana will allow you to make, or is it conjunction, or how does it work?
It'll be a total involvement with it. Not only just coach will definitely have the final say in the decision. We'll be very involved in it. But again, we're just looking to try to find the right fit. So that's important with the other guys on the defensive staff, to make sure that we do get the right fit, to get the right chemistry.
Your short list, if that's even the right term right now, are all those guys in bowl games necessarily? I guess if they weren't, you
I
could have already
would say
maybe.
probably. So what we're trying to do right now is just focus on winning, and getting through the Syracuse game, and then we'll pick up the pace, immediately after that game.
Does this new hire, is he going to have to hit the ground running for 2013 recruiting, or can he focus on 14?
Once they get hired, they can hit the ground running, and we'll focus on trying to finish up this class that we're currently recruiting, and then try to get a jump start on some of the juniors in their area.